screwed last Christmas. Let me tell you what, I got 5 nieces and nephews. I spent $500 buying them toys and books and clothes and all this shit. $500. You know what they all pooled their resources together to give me? Fucking head cold and a bronchial infection. That's what I got. Christmas is taking over the calendar, everybody. It's taking over and it's not going to stop. It's going to be a full year holiday eventually. But originally it was just one day. Believe it or not, in the old black and white TV days, long before we were born, there was a time in our country where Christmas was only one day. Just one. Fell on December 25th, and it was a quaint little holiday. The family would get together, Mom would roast a goose, Dad would get drunk, and the kids would hang their filthy socks up above, right up above the fire. Their filthy socks. And they were filthy socks because they couldn't afford those red stockings that we all have. No, they were poor back then. Nobody had money. They were filthy socks. You couldn't even afford washing machines. Normally you would take your socks out and you would bang them on a rock in a creek, and that's how they would clean them back then. But this is back in December before global warming and the creek was frozen over. So what are you going to do? You're going to walk around with the same filthy socks on for the entire winter until they stink and they're a part of your foot. It's called darning. That's darning your socks. You can't, because they couldn't say damn back then. So you would darn your socks to hell with your eternal awful foot odor, and then they would tack them up above the fireplace for Christmas, and then you would light the fire and it would warm the socks and the house would reek of filthy feet. So people started cutting pine trees down and propping them up in their living room just to cover the smell. And then the kids, you would get, you get produce. That was your gift. You would get if you were good, you would get an orange. Woo! And then if you were bad, you'd get a hunk of coal, right? A hunk of coal. That's not a bad gift back then. Jesus Christ, you put that in the fireplace and you don't die of hypothermia in your sleep. That's a pretty goddamn good thing. An orange or not freezing to death? Yeah, I think I'll be a bad boy this year. And people were loving it. It was a great holiday, man. People were loving it. Everybody's having a great time. People were loving it. And then somebody had this idea. It's like, oh, we should just do this 2 days in a row. So they invented Christmas Eve. Now it's doubled in size and it's doubled in fun. Now Mom has to roast a goose and a turkey. Dad gets to be drunk 2 days in a row. The kids are hanging both of their filthy socks up over the fire. Now they're getting both the orange and the coal. Now they're getting carrots and all sorts of other produce. And we're having a great time. And we're dancing and we're singing. And every once in a while, people would stop to pose for like a fucking picture from Norman Rockwell, right? It was like that. And everybody's having a great time. We're loving it. And then some dick wrote a song called The 12 Days of Christmas. And just like that, it spread and it took up 2 whole weeks of the calendar. Now, Dad is blackout drunk for 12 days in a row. Gotta send him off to rehab. The kids have got so much produce, they don't know what to do with it. They've ended up taking the coal and taking the carrots and rolling them up in big balls of snow, and that's where the snowman came from. That's how that started. And poor Mom in the kitchen 12 days of Christmas. Now she's got to roast a goose, she's got to roast a turkey, she's got to roast a chicken, she's got to slaughter a lamb and a hog and make the fish and the pasta, and one day just say, fuck it, we're getting Chinese food. And it doesn't stop there. Now it's taken over almost half the month and it starts to gain momentum. And Christmas takes over the rest of December. And then it gets cocky and it invades and conquers its first holiday. And that first holiday to fall is Thanksgiving, which is a shame because Thanksgiving was my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving, thanks for the things that you have. Then it became Christmas, stuck its red ass in there, and now, instead of eating and giving thanks, you wolf down the food to open up all the goddamn catalogs, no longer giving thanks about what you have, now talking about the shit that you want. And that stopped in my lifetime. That stopped. We don't do that anymore. You can't even get the family together at Thanksgiving. You can't get everybody at the same table because half the people are online at fucking Walmart to try to save $30 on some shit. You cheap bastard. It's a $40 fucking TV to begin with. Why don't you come have a piece of turkey? And what does Thanksgiving have? It has a parade. Oh yeah. Well, that's not about Thanksgiving. That's just a 4-hour lube job till fucking Santa Claus shows up, right? All they're doing is having sounded what your kids from Nebraska banging drums and cymbals and balloons and shit, and it just makes me horny for Santa Claus. He's the money shot in the Thanksgiving parade. Santa Claus. We don't even call it Thanksgiving anymore. They got a new name for it, because Thanksgiving leads into Black Friday. So now Thanksgiving, thanks to Christmas, is no longer Thanksgiving. It's called Brown Thursday. Well, that's an appropriate title. Since Christmas took it over, Thanksgiving has become total shit. And it didn't stop there. It just got worse, because then once they got through their first holiday, they blasted through the month of November, and then hit October, and that's where Christmas started to take over Halloween. And Halloween, as we know it, has not been the same for years. Christmas took it over, and all of a sudden, you open your door on Halloween, you're just as likely to see fucking carolers as you are people trick-or-treating. Week before Halloween, you go down to the Rite Aid, try to get yourself some fun-sized Snickers bars, maybe a skeleton mask. The place looks like the Who's down in Whoville have already come through, decorate the whole goddamn place. Santa Claus is showing up at the Halloween parade in the village. Now he's wearing crushed velvet assless chaps, popping amyl nitrate, but he's there. And it just keeps moving on. It just keeps moving on. Halloween is falling, and it's moving on, and now we'll just keep going through the one holiday after the next thing. You know, eventually Arbor Day, a day about saving trees, will be a day to save on your tree. Cut it the fuck down today, right? No more hearts on Valentine's Day. That's mistletoe. 4th of July, goodbye fireworks. We're all staring at the sky waiting for Rudolph to streak across the fucking ceiling. Meanwhile, Salvation Army Santas are passing out from heat stroke everywhere you look. Signs go up in windows. Congratulations, dads and grads, and Merry Christmas. And it won't stop until eventually Christmas ends on New Year's Eve and begins stroke of midnight on New Year's Day, when we all join together in Times Square to watch that giant ball drop on savings.